let's add a power up then. Let's add a double jump power up. So we're going to click sprite, and we're going to say power up. And what this power up is going to do is we are going to make it. We're sort of running out of our good colours, really. I think obviously red tends to mean sort of, oh, something's bad. Let's keep it pink because our character's pink. So there's a bit of logic to it, I guess. Now, I'm going to say that this one is going to be 16 by 16, which might be too small. But let's see how it looks sort of in layout. Remember, we can click to go. I am going to set the origin point for this one as well. And we're going to make, so when we touch it then, we then have double jump enabled on our character. So at the moment, so to teach the player what happens when you touch this, I think we need an area, and this is where we're talking about level design stuff. We need an area first where we can't jump to the other side without double jumping. And that would teach the player that we know 100% we need something that will get us to reach over that gap. Okay, so how I would do it, and this is entirely up to you, we need a gap that we have to jump first. So I would put maybe like a 3-block gap here, and then so we know we can jump. The next jump I would make a lot bigger, so we have to double jump to get across. So let's test that first to see if we can't get, so right, jump, no problem here. Right, so something's wrong already, or I would say wrong, is we know we would want the player to be able to see that we can jump over there. Does that make sense? Because the player has no idea of knowing that there's something over there yet. So we need to first make this a little bit bigger so we can see it in the viewport. But it needs to be close enough that we can see it, that we know we need to jump to it, but it needs to be far enough away that we can't get there without double jumping. I hope that makes sense, because you'd be surprised with sort of games design what players will do, what players won't do. So you do need to make things obvious for them. So we can nearly make it, but nearly making it, I don't want my player to feel like they can nearly make it, because they'll just feel like, oh, I'm trying, I can nearly make it, something must just be wrong with the game. The game must be broken. It couldn't possibly be me as a player. This game's busted, I don't want to play it. So, in fact, I'm sorry, I've got distracted. I'm seeing if I can make that jump, if I'm just sort of last pixel on the edge. So yeah, let's go back another one. Just so I want to make it obvious that we cannot do that without double jumping. We must have something else we need in order to do it. So we can see it's there, but yeah, we're not getting there. I think that's probably good enough for what we need. So now I'm going to put this object here, and so now the player has to get that object. Once they've got that, they can then double jump. Another way of doing it might be, instead of a distance, it might be a height thing. You might have it so the level, you can't go anywhere unless you jump high enough, and you need double jump to do it. So I appreciate I'm mixing sort of a little bit game theory with it, but that's healthy. I am going to set this origin point to the middle. I'm changing my mind, and I'm doing that just so it sits a little bit lower, so our player will definitely hit it. So I'm going to put that back a little bit. And now that's, yeah, I've spoken to you about that so you understand why it's there. I hope that makes sense. So again, we know how to make our player collide. So we're going to say when our player collides with another object, the object is a power up, what do you think we want to happen? So it's going to affect our player, isn't it? So that's the first thing you click on. And then what object options do we want? We want to set our double jump, and we want to set it to be enabled. And now when we roll through, if we've collected this, I need to destroy it as well, but our double jump now works, so we can now get across that gap. So we're going to, on collision with power up, we then need to power up, and we need to say destroy that power up. Cool. And then let's see. So we've got it. Congratulations us. But I still fell to my doom. And then resetting the layout has reset that power up as well. So there we go. Excellent. Destroy that. So let's... I wonder if there's anything we can add to make that look a little bit juicier. Yeah, I'll have a think about that.